At this time, would everyone please rise for the singing of our national anthem?
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. As we begin the commencement activities this afternoon, Katie and I would like to extend a special welcome to some extra special people. First of all, welcome to all the parents of the 95 graduates. From our first day of school to our last, you're here for yet another big change in our lives. Also, welcome to the grandparents, other relatives, and friends, some of whom have traveled great distances to be here. But most of all, welcome, class of 1995. Some have been anticipating this day since the first week of sophomore year. Others can't believe the day has finally arrived. But no matter how fast or how slow high school seemed to have gone by, today is our day.
On behalf of the class of 1995 graduates, family, and friends, I would like to welcome the distinguished individuals seated on the podium. Board member, Mr. Claire Coughlin. Board member, Mrs. Patience Gall. Superintendent, Dr. Marl Ramsey. Director of Secondary Education, Dr. James Boddy. Principal, Mr. Richard Melvin. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Lynette Maas, and Assistant Principal, Mr. Tom Yencho. Thank you all for your participation. And congratulations to all the graduates. Keep in mind during today's commencement exercises and in the future, the class of 95 motto, your possibilities are as endless as your dreams.
please come forward. It is my honor at this time to recognize those students that have maintained a 3.8 or above GPA for their entire high school career. Would the following students please step forward and receive their Medallion of High Achievement? Catherine Colleen Boomer. Tanya V. Brunetsky. David Craig Brooks. Melinda Ann Christensen. Mark Joseph Cook. Tricia L. Copeland. Jonathan Michael Ellis. Melissa G. Fellerman. Tate Allen Gislin. Michelle Suzanne Grant. Daniel David Gustafson. Cynthia Laurel Hansen. Leah Renee Holloway. Kathleen Clara Hubble. Thomas James Iverson. Bethany Lenore Johnson. Mark Richard Johnson. Stephen E. Joyce. Sarah Ellen Camper. Kimberly A. Ketting. Jill Christine Krukowski. Krista Jean Lindquist. Monica A. Martins. Christina Marie Agnes Metzke. Amanda Beth Mettenberg. Kimberly Tron Wen. Daniel J. Olila. Andrea Noel Plowman. Holly Ann Radica. Jeffrey Lee Ria. Carrie L. Ross. Jennifer Lynn Skoglund. Andrew William Slotto. Paul Gregory Sokor. Erica Lynn Struckman. Krista M. Bamvridi. Angela A. Vetch. Please join me in acknowledging these outstanding scholars from the class of 1995.
Well, hello, Osseo. We're here. You know, I was thinking on my way here today that I didn't realize how many people would be here when I decided to do this. So my family is somewhere out here, and I bet that they're looking at our class going, gosh, there's a lot of people here, you know? And if you add a couple of hundred more sophomores and a couple of hundred more juniors, they've got to be thinking, how do you know who anybody is? But although Osseo is a really, really big school, it's very easy how to tell who is who. The sophomores, well, they were the ones who thought that there was a pool on the 4th floor. The juniors, they were the ones who thought that they were never as gullible as those silly sophomores. And we as seniors, we were the ones who thought that we were never going to get out of here. There are more than 600 of us graduating today. And although I am not anywhere near the top of the class, I am one of those who made it. Some of our friends didn't. They dropped out somewhere along the way. And I think I know why. It's my opinion, and this is my idea, that there was nobody to teach them how to deal with a world that does not care about them. I understand them because I very easily could have been one of them. I struggled in high school, and I didn't try nearly as hard as I could have because I couldn't see how anything we were supposed to learn would help us cope in our complex and ever-changing world. But then, one day I faced the truth. I alone am responsible for my actions, and if I didn't graduate, it wouldn't be because the world is a mess, or that my teachers didn't care, or that my parents didn't make me study. It would have been my own fault. Recently, especially now that we're graduating, I've looked over the last 18 years of my life. And I've seen a lot of bridges. Bridges that I built, and some that my parents and teachers built for me. But I also saw a lot of ashes from places where I burned my bridges when I didn't have to. Bridges that brought me safety across the valley of drugs, crime, depression, and from dropping out of high school. Bridges that I could have left in place for somebody else to cross, but I didn't. Maybe I'm not alone in burning some bridges. Maybe you have burned some bridges too. Well, if so, then perhaps we could decide that our class will not be just one more graduating class with a rah-ha speech that no one hears and nobody remembers. Perhaps we can be the class that stops burning bridges and starts to build a few. Because if we don't, the kids who are going to come after us may not find any bridges across those valleys we have managed to cross. We may not be able to change the whole world, but we can change our part of it. We may not be able to help everybody, but we can each help somebody. We've learned a lot more than history and math in these past 3 years. We have learned to survive in a world that our parents could never have anticipated, and we know better than anyone how to help the kids coming behind us make it. Those kids, they need a hero. They need somebody to look up to. They need somebody to listen to. They need somebody who's going to speak loud enough to be heard, be strong enough to stand up for what they believe in, and have enough courage to stand back up if they fall down. Well, our high school years are over. We've studied together, we ate lunch together, we cut class together, and we all got caught together, so we all went to detention. And some of us were really popular, and some of us were not. Some of us were really, really good students, and some of us barely made it. A lot of us will go to college, and some of us will go to work. But before we go our separate ways, let's do one more thing together. Let's take a good look at the kids that are coming behind us. Let's remember how lonely it feels to think that you can't make it and that nobody cares. Let them watch us make it across this steep divide. Then turn and build a bridge to the other side. For those who must cross when their hopes are dim, let our class, Osseo, 1995, build the bridge for them. Congratulations, thank you.
I feel really nervous right now. All the way back there, it's going to sound like it's echoing. Like that's really much. Okay, it just does. Okay. Should I just wait? Okay.
Graduation. This word holds a different and special meaning to all of us gathered here today. To the parents, it may be a fond memory of their own experience, while teachers and administrators may view it as symbolizing the end of another school year. Today, on June 4th, 1995, this word holds an extra special meaning for the graduating class of Osseo Senior High. Some of us may believe that graduation is a final goodbye to our friends, our teachers, and our life at Osseo, while others may think of it as a bridge between their life as a teenager and their life as an adult. But no matter how we view graduation, today's commencement is our celebration and our time to take pride in the accomplishments and success we have achieved as students at Osseo Senior High School. Today, we stand together, dressed in the traditional cap and gown, listening to pomp and circumstance, eagerly waiting to receive our diploma. When we look back at the past 3 years of our lives at Osseo, we realize that what we have achieved is a great accomplishment. We will all have our own special memories of our life in high school that we will take with us into the future. At Osseo, we were able to grow and mature by experiencing life hands-on. We learned from our weaknesses and took pride in our strengths. Whether you found us in the library studying, in the commons area hanging out, in the gym cheering the Orioles to victory, in the lab conducting a science experiment, in the auditorium rehearsing for a performance, or in the art department putting the finishing touches on a creation, we explored our own interests and created our own niche. We made friends that we will keep, and we had experiences that we will always remember. At Osseo, we were given much more than an education. We were given the freedom to experience life as a teenager in a nurturing and supportive environment. The knowledge that we gained in our classes helped us become educated people of the world. But it is the people we have met and the experiences that we have had that have helped us to build a foundation for our future. Our graduation is a time to celebrate our past and to anticipate our tomorrows. Today's event can be anything you wish to make it. But most of all, it is a time for memories, for dreams, and for congratulations. So seniors, look around at your fellow classmates and be proud. We are Osseo Senior High School's class of 1995. We, as individuals, and together as the senior class, have accomplished many of the goals and dreams we had set upon arriving at Osseo 3 years ago. We will continue to learn and grow, and whether we decide to further our education, to travel, to work, or just to go out and do our own thing, we will find the truth behind our class motto. Our possibilities are as endless as our dreams. Thank you.
Chase the dream.
Good afternoon. I have a few brief announcements before we get to the main event of awarding diplomas this afternoon. As many of you know, each graduate will have their diploma taken during the presentation of their diploma by Jolish Photography, and they will be telling you how you can order additional copies of that. Also, the entire program is being televised by Cable 12 and will be rebroadcast on Monday, June 5th at 7 p.m., Tuesday, June 6th at 9 a.m., and Tuesday, June 6th at 11 p.m. I'd also like to remind all the seniors of the senior party. Your parents have worked very hard to put together a party of a lifetime. I think you're going to be amazed at what Osseo Senior High looks like when you enter the building tonight. I'd like to also remind you that they are still accepting, you can purchase tickets at the door. I think the doors close at 10, and I encourage those of you that have not purchased tickets to please do so. This is an event you will not want to miss. I would also like to thank the senior class for the very generous donation this year. The class committee has chosen as their gift to the school to purchase an outdoor announcement marquee, which will allow us to proudly display the achievements of our students throughout the year. I would also like to acknowledge at this time your senior class advisor for all of his hard work for your benefit, Mr. Hunter Short. Would you please stand up, Mr. Short? We have a few other people I'd like to briefly acknowledge. Some of these are the behind-the-scenes unsung heroes of our school, so to speak, and I embarrass them every year with this particular acknowledgement, but I would like our registrar and our school secretary, Dottie Martinson and Tracy Hansen, to please stand up and receive some acknowledgement in the back. There's a theme or a movement that is beginning in Minnesota, and the theme talks about one child, one adult. Kristen Rios talked about that in her presentation when she talked about building bridges. One way to ensure that our future is clear is to make certain that every child has at least one caring adult in his or her life. Research has shown us that children who have a positive adult participating in their lives can overcome many of life's challenges and become successful. Many of the graduates that we have here today have guests in the audience that have been vitally important to your success and important to your lives, and I would like to acknowledge some of those people. I'd like to begin with all of the educators that are in the audience and on the stage. Any educator, K-12, please stand and be recognized by the graduating class for your contributions. There's another very special group. These are people that have been kind neighbors or friends, people that have driven you to music lessons, helped you with your homework, provided coaching in sports or teams, or just being there when you needed a friend or needed some help. I'd like you to, graduates, please acknowledge your parents and your grandparents. Would they please stand at this time? And I certainly don't want to leave anyone out. At this time, would all of the family members, extended family, and friends of the graduates please receive some acknowledgement from the graduating class. I'd like to build on what Kristen talked about. She talked about building bridges and that this class could build bridges to all of the young people that follow. As graduates, I would also issue this challenge. Every child needs a caring adult in his or her life, and that adult could be you. Remember who made a difference in your life, and please volunteer to help a child as you go forth into the world. At this time, would the graduates please prepare to receive their diplomas? You guys take your places. Give me a moment to find my spot. Before you start, let me give you my spot before you start. Give me a moment to get my spot. Dr. Ramsey, Dr. Body, members of the school board, the following students have satisfactorily completed all requirements established by the Minnesota Department of Education, as well as the additional requirements set by School District 279, and are now eligible to receive the Osseo Senior High School diploma.
Catherine Colleen Boomer.
Tanya V. Brunitsky.
David Craig Brooks.
Melinda Ann Christensen.
Mark Joseph Cook.
Tricia L. Copeland.
Jonathan Michael Ellis.
Melissa G. Fellerman.
Tate Allen Gislin.
Michelle Suzanne Grant.
Daniel David Gustafson.
Cynthia Laurel Hansen.
Leah Renee Holloway.
Kathleen Clara Hubble.
Thomas James Iverson.
Bethany Lenore Johnson.
Mark Richard Johnson.
Stephen E. Joyce.
Sarah Ellen Camphor.
Kimberly A. Ketting.
Jill Christine Krukowski.
Krista Jean Lindquist.
Monica A. Martins.
Christina Marie Agnes Matsky.
Amanda Beth Mettenberg.
Kimberly Train Wynn.
Daniel J. Olala.
Andrea Noel Plowman.
Holly Ann Rodica.
Jeffrey Lee Reha.
Carrie L. Ross.
Jennifer Lynn Skoglund.
Andrew William Slado.
Paul Gregory Sokor.
Erica Lynn Struckman.
Krista M. Van Vrede.
Angela A. Vetch.
Aimee Nefer Aquino Abdulwahid.
Chad William Bolt.
Lydia Ann Bernhard.
Jennifer Mary Fisher.
Sarah Marie Bourbon.
Jeffrey Edward Hammond.
Joshua David Christoph.
Michael Kevin Knickerbocker.
Kari Lynn Dirkman.
Diana Taylor.
Tara Lee Durfee.
Andrew Michael Taylor.
Angela Louise Fulton.
Catherine Ann Ozer.
Andrew Lewis Gillis.
Edgar Aguilar.
Angela Alicia Gillis.
Mark Lloyd Allman.
Christina M. Grealis.
Johanna Maria Aho.
Tyler J. Hansen.
Carrie M. Alberg.
Sarah Lou Harder.
Gregory L. Alkema.
Rochelle M. Hastings.
Kirsten Marit Amundsen.
Jennifer R. Henderson.
Sarah Julie Amundsen.
Sarah Jeannie Hendrickson.
Alex A. Anchetta.
April Lee Herbst.
Chad R. Anderson.
Joy Lynn Jadrich.
Gregory P. Anderson.
Michelle Ann Johnson.
Jeremy Curtis Anderson.
Sandra Lynn Johnson.
Stephen Christopher Anderson.
Sean M. Kelly.
Godswell T. Andrew Jaja.
Heather Lynn Mueller.
Brooks Russell Angel.
Carrie Jo Lee Mundall.
Rachel Lynn Annis.
Jesse Michael Papp.
Nadia Gattel.
Julie Therese Plucharski.
Thais Lorenzo Gulen.
Alyssa Michelle Quinn.
Elise A. Levallois.
Joshua Clyde Ramsey.
Rafael A. Quintero.
Jill Marie Regan.
Nuragaini Kus Hapsari Safatri.
Heather Ray Schultz.
Kari Anita Siverud.
Jolene Summer Tice.
Anton Varazdanek.
Kelly Renee Thompson.
Nadine Walter.
Jody Lynn West.
Brianne Marie Colt.
Stacy Kristen Willette.
Laura Carol DeBrun.
Michelle Lynn Apple.
Meredith J. Fry.
Brent Michael Appelt.
Terry L. Hall.
Michelle Louine Ash.
Kimberly Ann Healy.
Caleb A. Eit.
Jennifer Lynn Henningsen.
Brooke May Babcock.
Sean Thomas Hubert.
Carrie Sean Bailey.
Krista Antoinette Copendrayer.
Jamie Marie Baker.
Dana D. Crone.
Jared S. Baker.
Kelly Renee Lappick.
Lori Christine Barnes.
Erica May Letourneau.
Jason M. Barnhouse.
Thomas O. Melander.
April Marie Barrett.
Christina Leanne Miller.
Janelle Noel Bartholomew.
Megan J. Minnell.
Jeremy Paul Beatty.
Natalie Carria Mutterer.
Nicholas M. Bauer.
Matthew Richard Paquette.
Brody Keith Beck.
Rebecca R. Radens.
Jeffrey T. Becker.
David D. Randall.
Daniel J. Beal.
Michael Jed Rappe.
Jason L. Belden.
Catherine Renee Rao.
David Lee Bell.
Kelly Lynn Sholin.
Jill Michelle Benson.
Tamara Ann Spencer.
Troy Thomas Benson.
Keith Joseph Waletko. Jennifer A. Brown.
Autumn Lynn Berg.
Carrie Ann Bryan.
Megan C. Berg.
Douglas Allen Bullinger.
Carrie Lynn Berger.
Jennifer Lynn Berg.
Joshua William Bernew.
Andrea L. Burgesson,
Lisa M. Bay,
Jesse W. Bersham,
Ronnie A. Bhattacharya,
Misoon Bertzloff,
Matthias R. Bingaman,
Jason Henry Bush,
Nathan Michael Byron,
John H. Butler,
Kayla Catherine Bishop,
Christopher T. Cabe,
Amanda Lynn Bissell,
Anthony William Cady,
Suzanne M. Blum,
Gerald A. Caetano,
Jason Edwin Bodie,
Lori Marie Kane,
Charles Edward Boleyn,
Tara Bethany Calder Johnson,
Robert Dale Boson,
Carissa Marie Cameron,
Christopher M. Bowman,
Chrisana A. Cameron,
Neil T. Bowman,
Anthony Clayton Capal,
Timothy John Bowman,
Angela Diane Carlson,
Angela Joy Branch,
Dustin Dean Carlson,
Kevin Sean Branger,
Heather Leah Carlson,
Jason L. Breezy,
Lisa Janine Carlson,
Tori Ryan Briggs,
Jennifer K. Carnahan,
Miles A. Brooks,
Teresa Marie Dillman,
Micah W. Brosey,
Stephen R. Dimitrov, Julie Ann Cartwright, Matthew M. Dittmar, Robert Douglas Cartwright, Kelly Marie Donahue, Jennifer Marie Cavalier, Ross Morton Dorn, Ryan M. Cease, Benjamin W. Dornbush, Amy Lynn Chastain, Carrie Ann Doty, Ji Young Chow, Amy M. Douglas, Suzanne Joy Christensen, Catherine M. Downey, Jessica Lynn Christian, Michael Robert Dragg, Justin Brett Hers, Molly W. Driscoll, Rachel Ann Clark, Elizabeth Lee Eberhardt, Jill Sharon Clifford, Melanie Ellert, Erica Ann Commerce, Corey L. Ellingson, John Edward Crossland, Jessica Ray Elliott, Julie Elin Coteau, Lisa Diane Engstrom, Jacob Lloyd Cunningham, Brenda Marie Eppenetter, Daniel James Dahl, James Carlton Erickson, Jessica Suzanne Dahlheimer, Matthew B. Erickson, Brandon W. DeLita, Robert E. Erickson, Hunter Lee Darth, Brian Michael Erickson, Jody Melissa Doherty,
Ty Jason Fredericks,
Gina Michelle Dom,
Eric S. Fritz,
Sarah Christine DeMay,
Shauna Marie Fulkerson,
Randy Allen Danino,
Jennifer M. Gaffney,
Angela D. DeVries,
Heidi Jean Galloway,
Adrian E. Esterberg,
Julie Ann Gannon,
Eric N. Esterberg,
Anastasia D. Garrett,
Brett Esterbrooks,
Lisa Ann Gaslin,
Carrie Ann Fagerland,
Joseph P. Gettings,
David A. Farr,
Diane A. Gelhar,
Anthony James Fike,
Krista Jean Generex,
Jill Elaine Feinberg,
Amara May Georges,
Melissa Marie Fellows,
Courtney Ann Gerber,
Nicole S. Ferguson,
Nathan William Gershmal.
Derek Matthew Firmstad.
Amy Lynn Getz.
Dana Ernest Fish.
Brian William Gore.
James Brandon Fisher.
Jesse Nina Gagner.
Daniel William Fitzke.
Scott A. Goodnow.
Heather E. Fitzsimmons.
Joshua Philip Goodwin.
Chris Ann Flayhaven.
Justin T. Gordon.
Michael L. Flanagan.
Tammy Lynn Groshek.
Jason R. Florek.
Rance Patrick Graleski.
Bridget B. Fortin.
Jared J. Graham.
Kelly Lynn Fournier.
J. Scott Heikela.
Jessica Lynn Frazier.
Jeffrey R. Henke.
Joseph Benjamin Fracano.
Andrew Brian Henry.
Joseph Michael Gresser Jr.
Tina Irene Henges.
Christina Jean Grebner.
Sarah Christina Heron.
Casey Grossenheider.
Shane F. Hickey.
Coley J. Grostian.
Shannon Lee Hicks.
Sanchez Philip Guerrero.
Marilee Ann Hoffman.
Michaela A. Galkey.
Anita Christine Holbrook.
Brian James Geyer.
Denise Erica Holt.
Tron Nak Ha.
Jeremy Jean Hoppy.
Amber L. Hagemeister.
Nathan David Hung.
Derek Michael Halen.
Jennifer Lynn Hotakainen.
Allison K. Hall.
Mark Andrew Hood.
Jason D. Hamey.
Gregory Michael Howe.
J. Michael Hancock.
Michael J. Howell.
Patrick Richard Hamp.
Danielle Marie Hurer.
Ray Andrew Harak.
Angela Catherine Marie Huey.
Chad Michael Harder.
Marilyn Therese Huss.
John Garrett Hartung.
Dana Elizabeth Huseth.
Tracy Joan Habrick.
Jill Lynn Heiser.
Brad Kyle Hautula.
Daniel Scott Ianazo.
A. Aaron Hechtman.
Kenneth Richard Kangas.
Stephen C. Jaycox.
Benjamin J. Cans.
Scott Michael Jensen.
Michelle Lynn Cargela.
Sarah K. Jessen.
Molly Beth Kasner.
Sean C. Johnson.
Jeffrey A. Carla.
Aaron Michael Johnson.
Marissa Leigh Keller.
Adam William Johnson.
Robert Vincent Kelly.
Carrie Ellen Johnson.
Cameron R. Kelly.
Carissa K. Johnson.
Raymond D. Kelly.
Jason G. Johnson.
Amy Marie Kenny.
Jenny Beth Johnson.
Michael David Kevitt.
Nicole Jean Johnson.
Sarah Ju Hee Kim.
Summer N. Johnson.
Thomas Y. Kim.
Lindsay D. Jones.
Teresa L. Kimmis.
Tanya Antoinette Jones.
Scott Lewis Curtin.
Darren S. Kultfed,
Brian James Kish,
Mikhail Kaminsky,
Michael John Kish,
Michael John Kampmeyer,
Jennifer Lynn Klima,
Sarah Jean Corpy,
Jacob R. Knapik,
Andrea R. Kratz,
Dana Marie Kennecke,
Kevin Charles Kratz,
Joyce M. Kohut,
Robert J. Krebs,
Krisha Jean Kamerick,
Melissa Jo Crone,
Jeffrey Allen Kono,
Chad Robert Crumreedy,
Amy Jo Larson,
Brent Matthew Krutzik,
Amy Nicole Larson,
Angela Marie Keene,
Brent L. Larson,
Mark Joe Keene,
Cheryl Ann Larson,
Michael Andrew Kuhn,
Christine Marie Larson,
Amanda Lee Kunze,
Ramona Michelle Larson,
Scott Joseph Kunze,
Heather Ann Lassise,
Jill Elizabeth Kirschner,
Joyelle K. Laval,
Kristen L. Legrano,
Scott Paul Leduc,
Kimberly K. Lamott,
Christopher T. Lee,
Cassandra Joy Landau,
Andrew Scott Leonard,
Kristen D. Lane,
Jessica Mills Lipinski,
Matthew J. Langsdale,
Daniel James Lerberg,
Kate Elizabeth Larkin,
Marcia Elaine Lewis,
Alex Anchetta,
Christopher Michael Lean,
Michael K. Link,
Jared Peter Lean,
Michael J. Lepitsky,
Julie Ann Lillehag,
Christopher M. Little,
Jason T. Lindberg,
William Benjamin Lockwood,
Jeremy L. Linbo,
Julie K. Loringer,
Catherine Deanne McBride,
Anthony Richard Lorenzen,
Devin Courtney McClintock,
Katie A. Lasso,
Melissa Lynn McCullough,
Ricardo Anthony Lorenzen,
Jesse P. McEachern,
Leslie April Lucas,
Andrea Lynn McGee,
Krista Noel Lund,
Michael Joseph McHugo,
Corey Michael Lyons,
Chad David Melnick,
Benjamin John Mass,
Gregory Vincent Michael,
Yigar Ashwin Madia,
Holly Ray Miller,
Grizzly George Malchow,
Gina M. Miller,
Nathan W. Malmo,
Nathan E. Miller,
James Charles Mann,
Ryan Jed Miller,
Stacy Marie Marquez,
Zachary E. Miller,
Michelle Lee Martin,
Aaron Robert Malinek,
Elizabeth Robin Marks,
Elizabeth M. Moe,
Joel Patrick Matson,
Rachel Marie Moe,
Kelly E. Matsky,
Melissa Lynn Montian,
Alicia Kathleen Zavadil,
Kelly Jean Moonen,
Benjamin C. Mueller,
Christopher John Mormon,
Allison Christine Munn,
Mark P. Musai,
Clayton A. Munt,
Marine Lynn Morell,
Jessica Catherine Meyer,
Rochelle Kathleen Nunes,
Megan Eileen Neary,
Jennifer Ann Nygaard,
Angela Nicole Nelson.
Megan McKella Oakes.
Angela R. Nelson.
Melissa Joy Odens.
Bradley Stewart Nelson.
Brian Mark Olson.
Casey A. Nelson.
Mary Elizabeth Olson.
Dana Matthew Nelson.
Amy Lynn Olson.
Michael Allen Nelson.
Eric M. Olson.
Carrie A. Newman.
Kristen Andrea Olson.
Jim Wynn.
Paige Nicole Olson.
Daniel Michael Nichols.
Matthew Dale Onan.
Alicia Lynn Nielsen.
Angela M. Orluck.
Brandon Lee Nord.
Jacqueline Renee Orr.
Heather Lee Nolden.
Tanya Marie Ostland.
Joshua A. Nordenstam.
Lonnie Susan Oten.
Andrew John Novak.
Robert G. Parkos.
Jennifer Lee Pens.
Michael Stephen Parks.
Bjorn John Peterson.
Eric Robert Pearson.
Carrie Jean Peterson.
Celine Marie Pedersen.
Jennifer Marie Peterson.
Carissa Lynn Pedersen.
Eric Richard Finney.
Matthew H. Peterson.
Amber L. Plocker.
Jessica R. Pine.
Nathan R. Podratz.
Jamie Eldon Peloquin.
William Hayden Princeton.
Annalisa Carol Riley.
Scott Jason Proball.
Yolanda K. Reinert.
David L. Prochnow.
Ryan J. Rapaski.
Andre M. Patak.
Melissa Ann Reuter.
Joseph L. Pucktel.
Tiffany Lynn Rhodes.
Jerome Paul Quast.
Theodore Richter.
Ryan R. Quilling.
William B. Rittering.
William Robert Radens.
Alicia J. Ridley.
Michael James Ran.
Kirsten Nicole Rios.
Travis James Rako.
Brian John Ripson.
Cynthia Lynn Rapez.
Kimberly R. Riss.
Julie Ann Reeser.
Danielle Suzanne Rivard.
John Michael Reeves.
Nathan D. Rude. Jacob Roland Sakwitney. Christopher Stephen Ross. Jason Richard Samler. Joshua John Reuter. Michael P. Say. Alyssa Christine Runyon. Jillian L. Schaff. Mark Aaron Ruska. Jean Marie Sharber. Tracy Allison Ruska. Toby Lynn Shelk. Jeffrey Stephen Ryan. Troy Kenneth Scheffler. Janissa Christine Sobrowski. Jeremy Todd Scheller.
Ketan Mahendra Shaw.
John M. Scher.
Stacy Renee Chateau.
Amy Joanne Schleif.
Jeremiah Lee Silbernick.
Christy Suzanne Schoen.
Kelly Savula.
Elizabeth Yolanda Shrews.
Aaron A. Skoglund.
Todd Michael Schroeder.
Harry T. Skripek.
Heidi Brooke Schutte.
Leah Nicole Slifkin.
Jesse Andrew Schutz.
Erin Elizabeth Small.
Jacob L. Schweitzer.
Brian J. Sodergren.
Brian D. Scott.
Jason Robert Soderholm.
Jeremy Anthony Sagali.
Carrie Jean Sommerfeld.
Christopher David Seary.
Ryan J. Sorensen.
Jennifer Ann Seaver.
Heather Allison Spohn.
Marissa Karen Sevig.
Jeffrey Lyle Springbrum.
Heather Lynn Sexton.
Jeremy Curtis Springer.
Scott David Stransky.
Cynthia Steinbrook.
Jessica Ray Strege.
Jeremy S. Stanchfield.
Tracy Sue Stromberg.
Richard R. Stoik.
Jeremy Daniel Strootman.
Megan E. Stoner.
Michelle Don Sturm.
Jessica C. Stover.
Sarah Elizabeth Sunmaker.
Matthew G. Straight.
Catherine Darlene Swanson.
Jody Kristen Tishberry.
William A. Swanson.
Melissa A. Tollefson.
Nicole Lynn Sweeney.
Melanie R. Turner.
Sarah Nicole Sweeney.
Wendy L. Turner.
Michael Sean Sweetman.
Christy Urban.
Richard Clayton Swenson.
Marie Michelle Uzel.
Kelly Marie Swerdfager.
Robert Douglas Vandenberg.
Ryan Gerald Seibrandt.
Derek Brent Van Leith.
Dylan Michael Tarbert.
Robin Allison Van Vorst.
Katie M. Tesh.
Lydia Jane Van Roy.
Nathan Gary Tyne.
Melissa Suzanne Vanook.
Benjamin Edwin Theis.
Jennifer M. Votman.
Nicole Jean Thompson.
James J. Vlasic.
Shanika Vontrice Thompson.
Richard Brian Walsh.
Jason Peter Thorpe.
Don R. Worrell. Andrea Gail Warren. Janine L. Warinsky-Niak. Justin Paul Wiedeking. Jamie K. Wise. James W. Wells. Michael R. Werner. Keith Michael Westeroff. Angela K. William.
Amy C. Gaffner. Ingrid Erica White. Benjamin Richard Whiteford. Angela M. Wyden. Christine M. Weisler. Anthony Roger Wilkins. Angeline Marie Williams. Michelle Renee Williams. Melissa Ann Williamson. Daniel C. Williquit. Daniel M. Wills. Sarah B. Wiltrout. Kyle Andrew Winberg. Jeremy Kane Winkleman. Matthew G. Witt. Michael P. Wadke. Christopher Lewis Wolcott. Cami Lynn Rasper. Lou Yang. Michael J. Yorks. Jill Lisa Young.
Kyle Joseph Young. John Matthias Junker. Christine Marie Zappa. Robin Ann Zeman. Julie Lynn Zimpelman.
Present to you the class of 1995.